Right, here we are. Just getting ready for our second tutorial. So you can see if you look down your menu, your phone stand, you go to your phone stand menu, and the base is showing up here. And now we want to create our second drawing. So we click on here for new design. And before we start designing again, we're going to save. We're going into the right folder already. Now this is the up stand, so let's just call it stand to make it easy. Oh, that sounds silly, doesn't it? Phone stand stand. Phone stand upright, that'll be better. This is the second, third, fourth time I've drawn it, so 004. And save it. That file will start coming up there, but again we don't need the file, so let's hide that data panel away. And we're going to start with a rectangle, and the size of this rectangle is 80 by 120. So R for rectangle. I'm going to draw it on this face this time. Click and drag. 120 tall, tab, 80 wide. Click return, and then I'm going to spin that around. Oh, no, spin it around to the side, so we're looking at it straight on. Then I'm going to zoom in here, and again I'm going to draw. I need to draw a little line up here, 20 millimeters up. So L for line, change it to construction, drag up, and click in 20. Now you could do this on the other side. Either way around, it might make a little bit more sense to you to work left to right, but it's going to work from this side as well. And then I'm going to draw another line from here, click across, and just drag it right across the whole drawing. And now onto this line I need to draw my circle. So just press escape, and my shortcut for circle is C. So click on C, I place the center point of the circle, I drag that, and the circle dimension is 5. Type in 5, press enter twice to lock that down. Now I want to dimension up the distance from here to here. Now I want to show you a little trick for getting this dimension right. We want to put 4 circles evenly spaced across this distance. So in order to do that, we can use a bit of maths to make it work. If we do 80 millimeters divided by 4, that's 20. So the gap between them is 20, and then 20, and then 20, and that leaves 10 millimeters at both ends. Let's click on the D for dimension, and we can click on the center of the circle and the edge of the line, and we can drop this measurement down. Now it says 11, but if we just type 10 in there, the circle will move into the right position. Now, there is a better way to do this, and that is to click on this dimension here and go D1. So we're taking this dimension down here, D1 divided by 4, because we want 4 equal spaces, and then we want half of the 4, so remember 80 divided by 4 was 20, and then we wanted half of 20, 10 on the end, divided by 2 here, and then that'll put that dimension in. Now the reason we want to, one of the biggest advantage of doing that is later on if we want to change this dimension here, let's say we make it 120, let's press enter, this dimension you see has changed with it at the same time. This is called using parameters, and it's a really advanced but fundamental skill when using Fusion. So if you can lock down your parameters, it's a great thing. Really makes the drawing work quite smoothly. Right, and now we need to take this circle and repeat it along this line. We could draw another circle. Well, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it actually. So I'm going to show you the easy way, the simple way to start with, C, and draw a circle, 5, enter, 5, enter, and then dimension from here to here, drop that down, and again, rather than type 20, I'll do D1 divided by 20. Oh, that's wrong, isn't it? D1 divided by 4, and that'll get that one in place. And then I'll keep going. C, dimension, D for dimension, click, click, drag it down, equals, oh no, just D1 divided by 4, and then put my last circle in. D for dimension, drag it down, D1 divided by 4. Now that looks great. You can see the spacing between all of those is nice and even, and we've got half spacings on the end, and we've got this option to change this dimension to whatever we want, and all the dimensions will change with us at the same time, which is great. But I'm going to go back and delete these, and I am going to show you something slightly more advanced if you want to give it a go. You can go up here to Sketch and drag down to a rectangular pattern. You can click on this circle here, and we want a quantity of 4, and we want the distance to be spacing. And we're going to drag that out. Now the spacing is D1 divided by 4, and there we go. All 4 of them are locked into place perfectly. Just press enter and all 4 circles are done. So a really good shortcut if you want to use it. Now before we go any further with our drawing, I just want to delete out some of these construction lines. I'm not going to need them later. Delete this one out. Try and get that dotted line out of there. Might be a bit hard to. There it is. Delete that out. So then we can zoom out. Go back to the home screen, and we're going to extrude this. E for extrude. And we're going to extrude that 3mm, so that gives us total thickness. You can see the holes are in place. That looks great. Now let's put some fillets on this as well. So you might want to fillet up this top corner. While you're doing it, I suggest you select the other one at the same time, and then you can fillet them both. Now a nice thing to do is go to your phone and measure the fillet on your phone. The one on my phone is 8mm, so that curve there is going to match perfectly to my phone. And then I'm going to go OK. Now, you could fillet this edge around here, but in real life you probably wouldn't fillet it. You'd probably put a chamfer on it, which is a small angle. So let's click on there, on chamfer, select these 2 edges, and I'm going to zoom in because a chamfer is not normally large. It's just, let's try 0.5mm. There we go, just a tiny little angle on those corners, taking the sharp edge off so that when you run your finger along the side of the plastic, it's not going to cut you or anything like that. So just put a 0.5 chamfer on there and then click OK. Now zoom out. There's nothing more you need to do to that drawing. That's perfect like that. So all we need to do from there is no, we should have extruded it as a component. Never mind. Let's click here on the body and change the physical material. We've got plastic option here. Now there's our option, clear acrylic. Drag that across onto our drawing. And then Command S to save. Now there's not a lot of opportunity for customization with this drawing. You can change the chamfer a little bit or change the fillet. But aside from that, maybe, you know, if you talk with your teacher and that you wanted to cut it a bit shorter or put a little bit of an unusual shape into it and you came to an agreement, that would be okay. But this is a pretty simple drawing, really. So now that that's all saved, we've just got one more tutorial to, well, we've got a number of tutorials to do, but we've got one more thing to draw, and then you'll have the 3 parts for your finished phone stand ready to assemble. Okay, thank you very much.